is today's topic? Today's topic is death. What is death? And what happens after death?
Lose all memory. It's no memory.
And how many of us are afraid of death? It's nothing to be afraid of. When you get bored of red color clothes, you just drop them and you wear green color. That's all it is. Yeah? This body is nothing but one set of clothes you have chosen. You chose. Remember this. Nobody else chose this. And we'll come to it when you chose, how you chose. Yeah? But you chose this body. Yeah? So, all these fears that you have, no? Let go, drop. It's got nothing, there's no substance behind it. Death is nothing. It's just a big fear in the mind, and that fear is nothing but an illusion. Recognize this. Yeah? What is reincarnation?
Taking another physical form.
It's coming back into another body. Yeah? So when we die, what happens?
Lose of our body piece of it.
Okay, last week we did that. No, where is that chart? This is the body. This is the body. Yeah? Out of these 4 layers, which one is dying? Is everything dying?
No.
Yeah. What happens? What is mind? Can you see mind? Can you taste mind? Can you touch it? Can you hear it? It has no form. That is why it does not have the 5 senses. It's formless. Mind is nothing but a ball of energy. What is third law of thermodynamics? Third. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Yeah? So when this body dies, what happens to this energy?
It detaches itself from the body.
Okay, and
Just part of nature.
think what will happen?
It takes another shape, another body.
Yeah, but what happens to the mind? I have a pranic body, I have a thought body, I have an intuitive body, and I have a blissful body. What happens to these? Do they die? So only this dies. Yeah? That's the only part that actually dies. It's because this part gets old. It's only an instrument to carry the rest of the 4. Okay? Now in this, the 4th one, the blissful body that you are, we have a bag of impressions. Yes? What is an impression? First let's understand what is an impression. I do something, it becomes an impression. I watch a movie, it becomes an impression. Somebody says something to me, it becomes an impression. Yeah? Somebody loves me, becomes an impression. Somebody hates me, becomes an impression. Are you seeing this? So there is a mixture of positive and negative impressions. Yeah, happiness, joy, love, generosity, greed, anger. Yeah, so you see you're a mixture of positive, negative impressions. Yeah, all these impressions collect in this mind. Yeah, so when the body is dropped at the last moment in death, the last impression that you have, the most prominent impression in the mind, determines your next birth. Yeah. For example, you can test it out. You don't have to die for that. God has given you a glimpse of death. Every day when you sleep, do you carry your hatred and anger with you? Yeah? Do you carry your most loved person with you? You're gone. Yeah? Shut down. Complete mechanism shuts down. Yeah? Now you test tonight. Homework number 1 for you. When you are going to sleep, just observe what is the last thought in the mind. And when you wake up in the morning, check what is the first thought in the mind. Yeah? They'll be the same. Have you ever seen a MacBook? Yeah? A MacBook, if you shut down the last window, when it opens into the same window. Have you noticed? Exactly the mechanism of our sleep and exactly the mechanism of death. The last impression in your mind is the reason or the cause of your next lifetime. Yeah? Now we'll come to impressions and what these impressions are. This is karma basically. Yeah? Now, what is this bag of impressions? He said last week. The word he used was karma arshya. Remember? Karma arshya, he said karma bank. Yeah? The word arshya means impression. Okay? This is your karma bank. Each one of us has this karma bank that we have been collecting for so many lifetimes. Yeah? Now, let's dissect what are the types of impressions that we are collecting. So far clear, na?
So only the prominent experiences become impressions, or
I'm coming to how impressions get formed. First, let's classify them, and then let's talk about what becomes an impression. Yeah? So first we'll do the first 3 types of impression. One is a latent impression. In English, latent. In Sanskrit, sanchita. Sanchita karma. Yeah? A latent impression, something that you collected in the past and which has the potential of sprouting in the future. Yeah? Good or bad. Second, that which is happening currently. So, it's called prarabdha, I don't know what you want to call it in English. That which is in action. In action right now. No? You're not getting it? Right now it was in your karma to be in this class. Yeah? The Sanchita karma was, you had it in your head yesterday that you have to come here today. That was Sanchita karma. You coming to this class and sitting here and we are talking about this topic is prarabdha. Clear? this action of yours is throwing out seeds into the future. Seeds of impressions. Yeah? And that is called agami. Whatever you want to call it, future karma.
So it's essentially past, present and future.
You can call it past, present and future, that's fine. But I don't like to call it that, because then people get stuck with that. I'll explain to you more in detail how it works. So any action that you do, yeah, you do it because there was a thought behind it, and that thought was already an impression. Are you getting it? A latent impression leads to my prarabdha. My prarabdha leads to my agami. Clear so far? Yeah. So now, at the time of death, what happens is my last impression is so strong, yeah, that determines my birth. Or suppose he gave you an example last week. If you die thinking of chicken, you'll be born in a poultry farm. Yeah? The strongest impression just before death determines your next lifetime. That is why it is said, be very careful about your thoughts. Your thought itself is karma. Not just action. Remember, thought itself is karma.
Isn't it taking a lot of weight, like what's happening at the very end is going to determine what you are going to be?
No. There are 5 things actually in Sanchita that are already determined. Okay? We'll come to that. There is no space to write. First is birth, place of birth. Yeah? Sanchita. These are, everything in Sanchita can be changed, okay, by your meditation, except these 5. Can you change where you were born? Now, you cannot change it, right? Just like that, your death is determined already. I'm talking about the present lifetime. Yeah? Your birth, your death, and in between, the longevity, how long you are going to live, has already been determined by your previous karma. 4, the source of wealth, not how rich you become in this life, the source of your wealth.
Are you talking about Sanchita? Are you talking about
Sanchita, I've not even come to Prarabdha yet. I'm saying everything in Sanchita can be erased. All the past impressions that I am carrying today can be erased by meditation except these 5. Clear? We are talking about Sanchita Karma. And the 5th is, it said line of education, but it's more like how much you grow in knowledge. These 5 you cannot change, but the others, anything, any negative or positive past impressions of your lifetime, you can change. Clear?
So with Sanchita, this is just of this lifetime, or is it of previous lifetimes?
Previous lifetimes also you are
Previous
carrying.
lifetime, okay.
Yeah, all your lifetimes impressions you are carrying right now.
So
Yes.
how can we change impressions of previous lifetimes? Like that
Just
can
by
be changed?
meditation.
Just by meditation.
Yeah. Meditation releases a lot of impressions. There is another course called the Eternity Process, or the Past Life course in Art of Living, where you actually can be taken into your past 6 lives. So they take you only to 6 lives and bring you back. And these are only specialized teachers who do it. And why is this done? If you have a very strong impression, then only you see a previous lifetime. Yeah? And just by going there and seeing that, whatever impression you're carrying from that lifetime, just releases it. Immediately it's gone. And I've seen real miracles happen. We were in a small town in Maharashtra where a teacher was leading this past life process, and there was this uncle. He was like not very old also, maybe 50s, early 50s. Okay, 49, 50, I don't remember, whatever. So,
Maybe 70.
I don't know.
We are getting there.
All his life he worked like that, okay? All his life. He had a hunchback, yeah? Very successful person, rich person. He had spent, so much money in this pathy, that pathy to get it cured, but nothing. Even the surgery did not get this hunchback cured. And he was really, upset. And that's how he came into meditation and all, because he was so depressed with his physical condition all his life. And then he had completely let go of all his expectations. He just did the course, the past life course. And amazingly, he saw that in his past life, he was a bullock. Yeah, and the farmer was very ruthless with him, very ruthless, made him work in many multiple farmlands or something. So basically, he died a very young bullock, whatever, and so he carried that pressure from that lifetime into his human life. And you won't believe, when he walked out of that room, he was standing straight. It was unbelievable. There was press, there was media. It's a small town called Faltan. He had all the media there because he was like so rich and so well known in that small little town, a village I should say. And it's amazing.
Before going to that course, he knew, or someone told him it might be
No.
very fast, or just for
No,
his
even
very
we didn't know
stress.
something like that happens.
Yeah.
Or you want to
He
know why
just
the
went
media
like
was there?
Hmm?
Why the media was there, is that?
No, he went for that course and he came out fine, right? So did someone tell him okay, with this course, if there is anything from your previous life, it will go?
No.
He just went and it happened.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was really amazing. You could walk straight after that. It's unbelievable what just an impression in your mind can do to your body. It's unbelievable. It's shocking. Yeah? It can affect you in ways you cannot even fathom.
There is a book called Many Minds, Many Masters. There is a psychiatrist who actually does all that thing, and he wrote a book on it, and he has written 3-4 books in one book together, and how
So, well, I was just telling you an incident, but just telling you how impressions can affect you, at what level it can affect you, and why it is really important. You remember in Patanjali 8, the last line, the last sutra is, with meditation, all these negativities can be gotten rid of. And if you don't meditate, then what will happen? Then you will suffer for a few more lifetimes. So sweetly he says it. Yeah? That is why I explain reincarnation and death to you. Yeah? So now we come to
Because source of wealth and line of education, birth, death, longevity makes sense. What are those two?
so how much you will grow, like in knowledge, not whether you become a doctor or a teacher, or in knowledge, how much are you growing in this lifetime, you carry it to the next lifetime. Like you will leave all your wealth that you make, all the beautiful clothes that you get, all the cars and everything that you get, all the name, fame that you make in this lifetime, everything will remain here. The only thing that will go will be this knowledge, the growth of your mind to this level of spirituality. This you will take into your next lifetime. So did you notice?
But you said that is already preset, right?
That's what I'm saying. These are the things that cannot be changed.
Okay.
These five, everything everything of your past impressions can be changed by
So how much ever I
meditation.
try, I'm not going to get whatever knowledge that I have now. I didn't
No,
understand.
of the past, with
Ah,
what you
okay.
were born.
Oh, okay.
How can you change that? Can you change your parents?
No,
You cannot. Where you were born, which city, which town?
I cannot change that.
Just like that, you cannot change the source of wealth. Source means with what you were born. What is source? Not how much you make in life. Source, from where it came. Got it? Yeah, because this is all related to your birth only.
But that
So
is
this
the
is
future.
when we are born,
With-
what, how much education we have, like, you know,
Yes.
and how much from where we are getting the money, like our parents or,
Yes.
you know, खेती बाड़ी से आ रहा है.
Correct. और कितना है?
कितना है?
आप एक रिच घर में पैदा हुए या एकदम पुअर घर में पैदा हुए? You cannot change it today. That is the source.
But that is a future thing.
Death is determined because of your past karmas. In this lifetime, before you were born,
So that is also categorized as latent.
yes, all these 5 are Sanchita karma. We are still on Sanchita. I have not gone to Prarabdha and Agami yet.
No, I mean the death, whatever is cannot be changed, is because of the past karma.
Correct. So everything from your past karma, from your Sanchita karma can be changed except these 5.
How line of education cannot be changed, right?
Line of education is not whether you become a doctor or an engineer or an architect. This was the old way of saying your knowledge, the level of knowledge that you gain in this life, you will take it to the next life. I just don't want to change the words that Guruji frequently uses, but it does not mean IT or medicine or architecture.
So like somebody had a heart attack and the doctor did the bypass and the patient survived. So the patient survived because he was meant to survive, not because of the procedure. That's how you take it.
Yes,
So regardless of
that's called time karma. Now,
Why is it that death cannot be changed or your longevity cannot be changed?
because it is determined by your past karmas.
If I do well now,
You cannot change it. In this lifetime, I cannot change just 5 things. I can change everything else with my meditation. But the day of my death, the mode of my death is already determined. I cannot change that. How much ever I meditate.
so the place that where I will be and the people that I will meet, all of that is also predetermined or
Maybe the people is not predetermined, but the mode of your death, the way it is in the Vedas, mode of death, the way you're going to die. Is it going to be an accident or is it just going to be illness, old hair, old body, and just die peacefully in death? You know, very, very old. That's it. That is determined. This question, that's called time karma. So now there are categorizations of karma. I was going to do that last, but now we'll do that because your question came up. So there is something called time karma. Have you noticed a plane crashes? There are 200 people on the plane, only 1 survives. So many times we've heard such things, no? Nothing happens to him. Yeah? It was not his time to die, but it was his time to go through some trauma in life. Yeah? But it was not his time to still live. So time karma. Yeah? Same thing, you have something called community karma. We all as a group had this karma to be in this knowledge towards the end of the year. That is why you all came together as a group in October. Yeah? This is called community karma. Yeah? You go closer, you have family karma. So a husband and wife, their karmas get mixed up. Yeah? So many times a wife has to go through some karmas of the husband and a husband has to go through some karmas of the wife. Same with children, same with parents, depends on how big your family is. This is called family karma.
you say husband, wife, and it includes the kids too in the family.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoever lives in your family, if you have a joint family, mama, chacha, kaka, whoever, it becomes family karma. You have a big family karma. Yeah? What is DNA? You have doctors sitting here.
एक जना ड्रिंक करे तो दूसरे को वो हो जाए hangover.
पता है, there is a doctor he's in Oslo, and he's actually doing this research on what exactly is DNA. And he's found out that each of us have about 300 chromosomes that can have that can lead to cancer. Yeah, he's just focusing on cancer, and he's saying 300 chromosomes in all of us, there is a potential of cancer happening. But if you meditate, they will not even sprout. Yeah, and in people who are really ill also, but they have to go through it. So you and I who don't have cancer do not fall into prarabdha. Prarabdha is, it is in action. So in somebody who's already in that stage and is going through chemotherapy or whatever, it has started happening. Yeah, now we'll go to prarabdha. So in us, you and me in here, it is latent, it is sanchita. And with meditation, even that can be overcome, deleted, whatever, erased. Yeah? I think covered all. Time, family, community, DNA. Okay, sir, there's something else that will come up. Clear so far? Yeah? So now, we have this bag of karma. Now we are saying, with meditation, I will start wiping out impressions. So let's look at it intellectually. What will start happening?
Negatives will be erased.
Okay. And again, if I go and shout and scream, I get angry, I get jealous.
Negative.
It's added on.
More negative.
So I'm adding. So is meditation working? So what is required along with meditation? Knowledge. Now you see the importance why both have to go hand in hand, meditation and knowledge. That is why people who sit and meditate for years together, but the moment they are out of their meditation, they start screaming and shouting at their family and getting angry. You don't see any change in them. This is the reason. Are you getting this? So meditation and knowledge. Meditation will erase this, knowledge will keep you on track so I don't create any more. Now how do I create karma? How does a karma get created? How does an impression get created? Impression, karma I use interchangeably.
Thoughts and actions.
Your thought creates karma and your action creates karma. But every thought and action creates karma. I'm
Maybe there's
thirsty.
neutral karmas, there's mixed karmas, so but I guess.
Okay, so now I'm thirsty. I drink water. Did I create a karma? But, oh, it's morning and I have to have coffee. I cannot be without coffee. I cannot be without coffee. Yeah? What is this?
Coffee.
Coffee karma. Tell me, what was the difference in these two instances?
You have a craving in one thing, the other one is just like a need or a nature.
Beautiful. Yeah? The moment emotions get involved, I get attached to an action, either angry or love, both ways, happy or sad. The moment I get attached to the action that I am doing, and I cannot be with it or cannot be without it, either ways, I create karma. Sure? Then it can be positive, it can be negative, depending on whatever it is. Now you give me examples.
So just take coffee, so what happens with the coffee?
You get addicted to it, you tell me, no? You get addicted to it. Next morning you cannot be without coffee, cannot be without it. Yeah? Coffee karma. I just give you a very simple
Would
example.
it be a bad karma or a good karma? That's what I mean.
It's up to you to determine. How can
Certainly
it
not,
be
certainly
good?
not good.
How do we determine what is good and what is bad?
You tell me, am I addicted to water? Am I addicted to coffee? So what is good, what is bad? You know the answer. Come on. Yeah. This mind does not want to accept. Keep your mind aside and
Yeah, the raga, it becomes a raga, and then that is the source of klesha.
beautiful. Yeah. So if you have a craving behind it, it is negative. If you have a dvesha behind it, it is negative. If you have abhinivesha behind it, it is negative. Yeah, that is why karma came exactly after explaining the 5 kleshas to you. You remember the talk, right? Simple? Now you give me examples how a person creates karma. I told you a very simple example. Give me more personal examples. Not personal to you, but
person helps somebody, does positive karma. Let's say some nice word.
is the action creating the karma?
Speech.
Action does not create karma. We just discussed that. What is creating the karma?
The attachment.
The thought is not creating the karma.
When we are attaching to something.
The attachment to my thought or the attachment to my action is creating the karma. What is attachment? My craving, my aversion, my fear. Do you get it now? Now give me examples. That's why I'm asking for examples. It will become clearer. Huh?
Car.
Craving for a car. I want a new car. I want a new car. I want a new car. Okay.
My car's too old, my car's too old.
Okay. And
We spoke about a positive karma and a negative karma, right? The positive karma is like sort of generosity and just good things.
yes, when you're doing something good, yeah, you'll create positive karma. But if you're doing something good without an attachment, without an expectation, I'm teaching you all this. I have no expectation whether you get it or you don't get it. It's all your karma. Yeah, whether you really rise, really work, and doesn't matter. Yeah, my job was come, do, go. No attachment, no expectation. Do I create karma? That is called neutral karma.
So you're teaching us is a neutral karma?
Absolutely.
If you can get to that level. I mean, if I'm teaching and I'm thinking, you know what, I want my students to really say, oh, I'm a great teacher, I did a good job, I helped them out, and I'm expecting that, and then it's not neutral.
Then it's
Beautiful.
negative.
Beautiful.
But if you don't think that way, but you're putting in a lot of effort, कि अच्छा काम से जल्दी आ रहे हो, you know, you're traveling so much just to get there. Okay, my students will learn and they will feel good and they're enjoying. So isn't that a positive karma?
It is a neutral karma.
It's a neutral karma.
Because I'm not attaching any expectation to this. It's as good as picking up this bottle, drinking water. It's as good as just going in the morning and going for a walk, looking at nature, coming back. No karma. Yeah?
So what
Going
is,
out, playing golf, coming back. Just for the sake of being out with nature, having fun.
Guruji, you teaching us, isn't it a positive karma? Because you're teaching us without any expectation. Isn't that something good for you?
Okay. Let me clarify this. You're stuck there.
So who fills the bag? Like, I mean,
Okay.
It's like parents raising their children. Is that something that should be a neutral karma?
Parents?
Raising their children,
Huh.
doing things for their children.
Hmm.
Okay, we do this for you, we do this for you.
Huh.
So that should be neutral karma.
हाँ, उसमें भी if you are expecting ये बड़ी होके she will thank me, he will say this to me, he will take care of me in my old age, then finished, all gone. Then you have created karma. What is neutral karma? Neutral karma is no karma. Give me example of a negative karma now, or bad karma.
Saying something bad to somebody.
Doing something bad. Yeah, bad action. me a positive karma.
Showing compassion to somebody.
Service.
Being compassionate.
Service. Let's take service more action.
You're not attached to the fruit.
Now, why do I call this neutral? There is no karma, but this is a negative karma, and this is a positive karma. In both this and this, karma is created. There is karma. Till the time you have positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative inside your bag, you will keep coming back after that.
Whether it's good or bad.
You have to reach to a stage of no karma.
Yeah. Okay.
Now do you get it? Why neutral karma?
Your dispassion has to be great enough that you reach a stage of no karma.
Yes.
पेशेंट देखो तो उससे पैसे लिए तो फिर
That's different. पैसे तो use your earning your livelihood. once a patient देख के तुम expect करो कि ये patient जो है मेरी respect करे. That
नहीं.
is
काम कर रही हूँ, just finish it off, done. Check comes at the end of the day, end of the month, end of the year, doesn't matter. Yeah? If I have a feverishness attached to that check or feverishness attached to my patient, he should thank me, he should respect me, he should do this for me, he should give me gifts on Diwali, Thanksgiving, he should do this. Oh, you didn't do this for me. This is all karma, positive or negative, you classify. Got it? Till the time you keep creating positive karma, also you will keep coming back in this body.
But it's just the perception, right? Like service, if you take the people like who really serve people, like there are a lot of people who just rest their lives to do for the people, just for the people. So
They're
maybe
creating
they're not,
positive karma.
but maybe they don't have any expectation.
Correct. Exactly. Then they are doing neutral karma. Now I give you an example. It does not mean okay, service with expectation. Okay? Is this a little more clear? With expectation in the mind, whatever, with fear in the mind, with anger in the mind, with greed in the mind, with jealousy in the mind, with whatever, any klesha in the mind. So I am doing good, but I have an expectation somebody is going to pat my back. I have created positive karma, but I have created karma. So I am going to come back into this body again, or some body again. Do you get it? Negative karma you understand very clearly?
If I cause something bad to others, then it's
Yes. Yeah. My intention is also to cause hurt to that person. So I get negative karma.
because sometimes we take a decision, but maybe our friends or family will not like it and they feel bad and they're disappointed.
In that case, you are not responsible. See, you are doing an action, but my intention is not to hurt anybody, but somebody else gets hurt by the action. My intention was not to hurt. Then I don't get any karma. Now do you understand? Karma is not related to the action. Karma is related to
Thought.
thought behind it.
yeah,
Intention.
the intention. Don't say thought also. Even thought creates karma. You will become so strong on this path and so powerful on this path, even Guruji said this, that you will just think and things will happen. Sometimes out of fear you will think, oh, somebody is going to bump my car, and next moment somebody will really hit your car and you'll be zapped. Oh my God, how did that happen? You get it? So even thought is action. Thought is the father of action.
So surgeon जो है, he's doing surgery and the patient dies.
Huh.
But his intention was not. His
Yes.
intention was good.
Yes.
So it was.
Yeah.
so
There is
it's
no
karma.
bad
There's no
karma.
bad karma there.
Yeah. There is no bad karma.
Why do our thoughts become more powerful after meditation?
Because you become so empty, all these kleshas, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, slowly leave you. You're not so much into craving after a few years into spiritual knowledge. You're not fearful at all. Nothing can fear, nothing can put that fear back into you. Nothing can, pull you. You don't get attached to anybody or anything anymore. Become becomes very close to your physical body. It's there. You become closer to your intuitive body, yeah, and your thoughts become very powerful.
Do Kriya, is it a neutral karma, right?
Oh yes, absolutely.
So, the thoughts, what I think that materializes, or already what is going to happen, I just perceive that more easily. Do I become more intuitive of what is going to happen?
Yes.
That's already-
And so many more things. Sometimes you become intuitive about other people. Yeah? Let's not go into details, but you will.
Are you intuitive about us?
Yes. That's why I told you, don't pull it out. Yeah, but don't worry, your secrets are safe. If I get into that, then I will start creating karma for myself. Are you getting it? As a teacher, you become very, especially in many, many years, you become very powerful. Many times Guruji says, shut up, from now on you will not talk. There are people in the ashram, we have somebody, he's just in the kitchen. He does not talk. Guruji said, your words are very powerful. It's been years he does not talk much. His words are so powerful, he has to just say something mazak mashkiri mein and that happens. He's become so deep into knowledge. Now he's become a Swami also. Guruji has pronounced him as a Swami. Yeah, but I knew him even when he was just in the kitchen and doing cooking seva. So this is very normal on the spiritual path. It's obvious, no? All your cravings, aversions, negativities drop off. You become so, just in your nature, you become just full of joy, full of consciousness that you are. Become so close to the self. Become one. There's no divisions anymore. Back to karma. Give me more examples. Positive karma and negative karma.
Positive karma when I want to say, help somebody, but then I do it because I want to feel good about myself.
Yes. Then you've corrected positive karma. And
Terrorists are doing bad karmas.
you
And
become
helping somebody with expectation that they will help you when you are in need.
So you've created karma again. So now what should I start doing? Now that I know, even with positive actions, I'm creating karma. With negative actions, I'm creating karma. So what should I do?
Good intentions.
Okay, so
Good intentions.
so I start thinking good and start moving. Knowledge helps me move, and all my negative becomes positive.
I guess we have to determine what we want to be in our next life. I'm not keep doing that. First we have to
Aren't you tired yet?
You want
You
liberation.
still want to come back?
Well, I mean, I guess that's an option, so.
You neutral.
I didn't know that option. I thought you have to chew up a neck.
नहीं decide करो वापस आना है तो we can leave the topic.
That path sounds much better.
जो हमें बोल करना हम बहुत बुरा सलूक करते हैं जुओं के साथ.
I know.
You're at the highest level of evolution. Only at the human level can you understand this and start working on yourself and get out of the cycle of birth and death. Yeah? Animals cannot do it. And even in human life, you've already taken a few human births before. That's why you've come to this level to understand this. This requires a lot of maturity. Yeah? So it's not your first time in spirituality. You have been in some kind of spiritual experience you've had in your previous lifetime. And maybe one more before that. That has got you here. Yeah? That's why I say, for you, enlightenment is possible in this lifetime. Don't think pata nahi when. In this lifetime it is possible. And what is enlightenment?
The blissful state.
Real.
body.
Anti-karma ban.
Free of karma.
Yeah, getting
Nirvana
out,
or some
getting
emotions.
out of the
Moksha.
cycle of birth and death.
Moksha, yes.
Moksha.
This is our cycle, no? We are stuck. We do all karmas here. This and obviously we collect. When we die, we have to come back because of this karma, and we are stuck in this cycle. What is moksha? Is being able to break out of this cycle. Yeah, Guruji has broken out of this cycle. Now remember this: not everybody can explain and communicate to people. There are many people out there who are enlightened and who are not running organizations. Yeah, so don't think there are just these 10 people, 10-15 people in the world whose names have become so popular. No, there are many more people who are enlightened. They are just not great teachers, and it doesn't matter to them. Yeah.
Just simple lifestyle,
Yes.
don't hurt anybody.
Yeah, your next door neighbor could be enlightened and you don't know. Yeah, you must have seen, some people are just happy. Whatever they do, they are just happy in life. Yeah, nothing takes away their happiness. Yes? You might find somebody in your friend circle who is at that level.
So what happens to our mind if we break out of that cycle?
You tell me what will happen to your mind.
I mean, we hear in movies or like maybe Puranas, but
Just imagine, no? There's no impression in your mind.
Hollow and empty.
Yeah. You're completely hollow and empty. Yeah. Whatever you do, then you do for the world. Yeah. You act spontaneously. You don't act out of your own cravings and aversions. Today, in the day, whatever you did, yeah, you either did because in the mind there was a choice. I like this, I don't like this. I want to do this, I don't want to do this. Yeah? A person who has reached this stage doesn't have the I want to do and I don't want to do. I want to do and I don't want to do is what? Is sanchita karma, is a latent impression in the mind. Are you getting this? Anything that you do or you don't do, you want or you don't want, you like or you dislike, is all from a latent impression, an impression of an action that you did previously. That's how you're deciding today, no? How are you deciding you like this? From a past experience.
Like किसी का कार चलाते हुए एक्सीडेंट हो गया तो उसका हो गया कि अब I don't want to drive because he has that negative impression. Is that
ये तो बहुत बड़ी चीज हो गई
ये तो
ना?
बड़ी चीज हो गई पर
छोटी चीज. I want to pick up the grapes and eat. I like grapes, and I eat it. But I don't like grapes. I have had a bad experience when eating grapes in the past. I don't want to eat. Are you getting this? Any action you're doing because of a previous impression. Are you getting it? So I just showed you few pluses and minuses. You have to fill it up.
but how
There's
can
so
we
many.
get rid of that? Like, I
Just
would
by
like to-
meditation. Just by meditation and knowledge. Both have to go hand in hand.
जैसे किसी को करेला अच्छा नहीं लगता मेडिटेशन के बाद करेला अच्छा लगता
नहीं. वो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. करेला मिले या ना मिले, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Yeah, your cravings and aversions drop off in life.
Then how will somebody grow? Like if there is no craving, there is no desire, then फिर तो how can somebody make any progress? Like how will they excel in terms of academics में या किसी भी
नहीं,
चीज़
वो
में?
craving की वजह से थोड़ी हो रहा है. वो तो you're acting according to what the situation is demanding. This situation demands I sit down, I've got admission, I sit down and give exams, I study, I do it.
उसके लिए थोड़ी craving चाहिए होती है कि बैठने के लिए नहीं.
Craving, in fact आपको craving होती नहीं है पढ़ाई करने के लिए.
Discipline चाहिए.
Yeah, discipline is different and craving is
Okay,
different.
listen.
Yeah, notice this. Recognize this thing in yourself. There's nothing like your craving is driving you. In fact, your craving is destroying you. Recognize this. Wake up to this.
Is this discipline that we come here at this time is
That you have to determine. At a level, it is discipline. After some time, it becomes a craving for enlightenment. I don't know if you've reached there yet. That's up to you to decide. Some people, I want to become like Guruji, I want to start an organization, I want to become a teacher. What? Anything you could think of. I don't know what you're thinking of. You tell me. Yeah? Where have you reached? It could become something like that. Oh, I want to become a big Pandit. I want to know all the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Bhakti Sutras. I want to know them by heart and recite. And I want to show off in front of friends. Whatever. I don't know what you think. You see.
I thought this is sadhana, right? We are like talking.
But behind this also the same mind is there, no? The same ego is there. First this ego played with toys, then this ego played with boys, and then it grew a little older, it played with a Rolls Royce. Now it found spirituality. It's the same ego, recognize it. It's the same ego.
Confusing.
You'll get there, slowly, slowly. Have patience with yourself.
So when people say if somebody is doing something bad to you, it's because of, it's not that person's fault, it's your own fault because you might have done some bad karmas. This is just,
Very
so
much.
is that
Yes.
So
also
maybe
tied into
his
this?
ignorance
Huh?
and his ignorance.
It doesn't matter what it is of his, but it is coming to me. So if he's misbehaving with me, it is my bad karma from my past life. If now again I start behaving bad, what am I doing?
Creating
Even
bad
more
karmas and-
Yeah, that is called agami. I am throwing out seeds. This seed is going to sprout again in the future. Maybe in this lifetime he gets back to me again with some anger, jealousy, greed, whatever, or in the next lifetime. Are you getting it? If you are with a particular person, your husband, wife, child, mother, father, it is because of your karma. In your previous lifetime, either you gave this person or took, he's come back to either give it back to you or take it back from you. Remember this. All your relationships are like that. Everything is karma. Knowing this, understanding this itself, oh my God, you wake up to it and drop all the negativities. This moment, give up all anger, all jealousy, because all I'm doing is I'm throwing out seeds. It's going to sprout and that tree is going to again throw back on me some seeds in future. I will have to pay back.
Like sometimes if there are 5 people in the family, only one person is, saying bad things or doing bad things to you. You think, you never think that it's coming back to me because it's me, because you think that, oh, it's coming from that person. If something wrong with me, like even those 4 people should be doing that, but that's how usually,
Yeah.
we think.
Yeah, but it is actually your karma from your previous lifetime. Yeah? So maybe that person is bad only with 1 and is good with the other 4 in the family or 3 in the family. Karma. Just let go. Let go. We are holding on to our relationships. We are holding on to our cravings, our fears. We are holding on to it. They are not holding on to us. You let go. Empty your hands. This moment I let go. Whatever comes, comes. Payback time, finish. I want to pay back and get done with it. Yeah? Don't go out and create a new karma. That is the problem we get into. And then the cycle continues. Very good. Keep enjoying it. You're stuck. Yeah? That is
They
why.
say like husband wife, you will have like same husband or same wife for 7 more generations.
Yeah.
So like they feel very blessed that I'm going to get the same partner, but you're going to.
That's just an expression of love.
Oh, is it?
Like Surendra Sharma would say, You guys have watched that video? We won't do it. We'll do it after the lecture.
Questions?
So the people that I'm going to meet tomorrow, that is also already determined, or if I'm moving to Ireland, is that
Yes.
also previously
Yes.
determined?
Bhumi karma. Thank you for bringing it up. I forgot. Bhumi karma. You are all in the US. You had some bhumi karma. I have seen my past 6 lifetimes, so I know I definitely have it. I was here.
Oh, I was about to ask you, did you do that?
Yes.
Like going through those things?
Yes, I've gone through my past. More than 6 lifetimes. I've done it many times.
Is everybody qualified to do it, or
No,
Only people
not
can
yet.
learn.
Only people who have done 2 Art of Silence courses, one with Guruji. Important is the hollow and empty meditation where you actually experience hollow and emptiness within you. That is a prerequisite. Art of Meditation, they took the Sahaj Mantra last week. That is a prerequisite. And meditating with that Sahaj Mantra for at least a year. Then only you are qualified to do past life process.
What was the other meditation, Guruji? You said one is that mantra meditation.
Art of Silence course.
Okay.
In Art of Silence course, there is a meditation called Hollow and Empty.
Okay, it's part of the silence course.
Yes, it's a part of that.
All on.
That is the most important thing in the silence course.
So that will be there in any art of silence, right?
Yes,
Not if you
yes,
do-
yes.
But one has to be with the Guruji.
One has to be with Guruji. And you have to meditate with that mantra for a year. Then only you really go so deep into knowledge and within yourself that you can see past lives. You have to let go of a lot of cravings, aversions to become open to seeing something in the past. Otherwise, that knowledge does not come to you. There have been some people who rushed into it too early. They went in, they slept for 3 hours and came out. Nothing happened to them.
Going into past life, does it always lead to good? Like in the end, is it always good? But because sometimes people can, I mean, I would be even scared to see my past 6 lives.
No,
what
that
I've been
is
doing.
Yeah, that is what you think. But when you come out of it, you feel very light, you feel elevated. You won't remember most of the things. You will be talking to the teacher, so the teacher knows and helps remove, release the things. It's a one-on-one process. It's not a group. Past life is, suppose she's there and I'm there and we are in a room for 3 hours. She does her Sudarshan Kriya and she takes her Sahaj Mantra and then she goes into meditation. And that itself, she starts talking on her own about her. I am here, I'm doing this is happening. So whatever strongest impressions she has will get released and the teacher will help release it.
Also, it will be like outspoken, not just with
Yeah.
Is it similar to hypnotherapy?
No, it's not at all hypnosis. In hypnosis, they are hypnotizing you. Nobody is hypnotizing you. You are going into your own
That's
Sudarshan
like
Kriya, your own...
self-hypnosis?
Sorry?
Self-hypnosis?
No. Nobody tells you anything. On your own, it happens. That is why it does not happen initially so early in the stage. At least 1-2 years in Art of Living and continuously meditating.
So we have that is why this is the prerequisite to complete those 2 courses.
Yeah. Because
To reach
Sahaj,
to that.
you do that. You do your Sahaj and then it goes, it happens. But if you've not been meditating in your life, you will not see anything. You go to sleep for 3 hours, must then come back. So, you really love the past life. I should have told you about it in the middle.
Sounds very exciting actually. I mean, if somebody has like some physical condition, like somebody's handicapped or something goes by, it's amazing.
We don't claim anything, things could happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? We don't claim, we don't say something is going to happen to you. Yeah? You go in, you see whatever happens to you happens.
Without expectation.
Yeah.
Go without neutral karma.
Yeah. Let's come back to karma. Now I've started doing all good. I learned this knowledge, I've been with Art of Living. Now I started connecting all positive. What happens to me? Huh?
Come back.
I will come back. Yeah, I will come back. I will do good things. I'll come back in a nice human body. I will come back in a very rich house. My life will be very happy and things like that. But I'll come back. Is that the ultimate goal? Ultimate goal is to break out of this and come back on my will. If I want to come back, I come back. I choose. Yeah, that is on my will. That will happen only when all this is erased. And how does all this get erased?
Neutral
By
Neutral
neutral karmas. So, turn your negative karmas to positive. That is step 1. Then step 2 is get
But
even your positive karmas should become neutral. So what does it mean? I'm doing all good action. Vairagya is the key. Whatever I do, I just do because it is flowing on account of my past karma. I let it flow. It's like a river flowing. Yeah? How many ever stones you throw, can you stop the water from flowing? You cannot. It's going to flow over you, over your stones. Karma is like that. It is a river flowing. Yeah? So, I let what is happening happen. Yeah? No attachment. If I can do an action and not be attached to it, no expectations, no anger, no craving, no fear, nothing. Just do the action because the situation demands of me to do that action. That is neutral karma, no karma.
And whatever the things happen in childhood, maybe without our knowledge. So how are those considered? Like what type of karma?
Like for example, give me an example.
I
What
mean,
you say?
in childhood, maybe you might fight with somebody, or like you might hurt someone.
Yeah,
So those
of
are
course
bad
you are
karma.
creating karmas.
But without knowing, right? Like
Without intention, without
yeah,
bad
without
intention.
You don't have intention.
No,
or you
even a
don't
4-year-old kid has. I will not give you my chocolate. This is mine.
yeah.
Attachment, moha, entanglement has started
How that
happening.
will go away, because that has already
Meditation.
included in the bank.
If you're trying to change your child's karma, it's not happening. Recognize
Because
this.
that
This is for you. When
no,
he
not,
comes to this
not
class,
to
he
my
will be.
kid, even myself also, whatever I have done in my childhood, I don't even remember those.
Yeah.
At that time when it was done, I don't even have that knowledge.
Where does it fall?
Lavender.
Yeah, Sanchita karma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those
So-
cannot be changed now, right?
Who said?
You can with meditation.
What did I say?
Only those 5 things.
Let us say it. I want to get this very clear. What did I say?
Except those 5, you can change anything through meditation.
You can change all your Sanchita karma and change 100% of your Agami karma with meditation. Write it down.
Yeah.
Write this
I know.
sentence down. Everybody. You can change
Go slow down.
You can change 100% of your Agami karma
And
Plus-
prarabdha karma.
Wait, I'm coming to Prarabdha. We've not even reached there yet. Plus all your Sanchita karma except the 5 with meditation and knowledge. Now will you remember this?
Yeah.
And he said all our Sanskritam except the 5 and
Except the 5. You cannot change where you were born or anything related to your birth. Neither can you change your death.
sure.
Yeah? And how long you're going to live. You cannot
Those
change.
5, right? Those are not carried forward, because those are also
No.
left as karma. right?
That I have determined in my previous lifetime as a part of this lifetime.
Okay, so
Just
those
done.
once, since we have, it's already decided in this life that it is already taken away from the karma bank.
Taken away as
I mean, that is not there.
the
anymore.
impression is
The
not there.
impression,
Yeah. Clear so far? Now, how do you create karma? Tell me again.
When I do something with an expectation, positive or negative,
Just expectation?
attachment or even
Intention to
craving.
Any of the kleshas, any emotion. Attachment is loosely used in the Hindu philosophy for everything. For my craving, for my aversion, for my anger, jealousy, hatred, for my ignorance, for my ego. Attachment is a loosely used word in the Hindu philosophy, and that's what keeps coming out of me or of Guruji. So understand what attachment means. The moment I get attached to an action means either I'm angry about it or I'm excited about it. Both is attachment. Are you getting it? Yeah. I create karma.
So don't even get attached to knowledge.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying now. When you start reaching that level, you're good. It's positive karma. But again, oh, I want to be a teacher, I want to do this, I want to be Guruji's favorite, I want to things like that, whatever you could think of. I want to start an organization. Again, your cravings, aversions, everything has started at that level.
The bottom line is positive is better than negative, and neutral is better than neutral is the goal.
Yes. So first step Guruji says is move from negative to positive. At least start doing that. Yeah? And slowly when you see a change in yourself, start moving towards neutral.
And
No,
sometimes
it's-
we do a karma which we think is a good karma, but it's good for somebody, but again it's bad for somebody else.
That's mixed.
Intention is good.
But what about your intention? Forget if it is good for him and bad for her. What is my intention when I'm doing the action?
It's good because you're doing you're doing good for somebody,
Huh.
but then it turns out to be bad for another.
Yeah, my
person.
intention also means my attachment to that. No, am I craving? Am I feverish? Am I
Mhm.
looking for something? You know, do I have some hidden agenda? This is all coming into attachment.
Like you want to do that action because you like that person, so you want to give her promotion because you like her,
Mhm.
Yeah, so
and
you
then
like,
you're helping her, but you're hurting the other person.
The other
But
person.
then you are involved there, like
Yeah.
you're doing that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the kind of thing you're asking.
Well, and my thing was like, if you have, like I have 2 daughters, so if I'm going to meet one, I'm ignoring the other. So.
Well, it's not your intention to ignore
no,
the other.
it's not your
Yeah.
intention.
I mean,
So-
the example here is
Yeah.
if you know that there are 2 applicants for a promotion, I'm gonna choose one because I'm friends with one, even though
Mhm.
the other one may be slightly better in merit, then you're basically helping one and hurting the other.
Yeah.
But if you choose one based on
Talent.
merit and stuff, then you're helping the one, and even if the other person feels like they got hurt, but
That's
then
a
you're
neutral
really-
karma
that's not
because-
negative because you didn't do it because of intention. In your judgment, best judgment, this person deserved the promotion, you gave it to this person. And you would only give one person the promotion, so even if the other person feels negative, it's probably not negative.
Got it? Everybody understood this now?
Is this similar to that karma karo and don't?
Fal ki ichha mat karo. Correct. It's the same thing. It's from Bhagavad Gita only. Same thing is taught in all scriptures. Yeah?
This is understanding it better.
Yeah. This is really breaking it down
What
intellectually.
does it really mean?
Yeah. Don't look for something. You think that if you don't do it, it will not happen. It's not like that. Yeah? You think that you did something and you became an IT professional. No, it was your karma. It was going to happen like that. Yeah? You think you did something and you got a nice girlfriend or boyfriend. If I had not pursued, this would not happen. It's not like that. Yeah? You think you did something and got the money. It was coming anyways. Yeah? So drop this doership. I am doing. Drop. Yeah? Let karma just flow. Just let it flow.
What is destiny?
Destiny is a very wrongly used word, I should say. Don't call it destiny. It is the way the flow of the river is. It's simple. Yeah? And you are acting. This situation demands this of me, I act. A patient comes, he's sick, I take care. I do what needs to be done. My boss comes, says, get this done, I get it done. Finished. You getting involved either with love or with hate creates impressions. That leads to more karma in your bag.
But like, so for service, right, if you just take about service, the thing is, you have to put in yourself in that moment, right, or situation to kind of do service, right? So I can just sit at home, I cannot do anything because it's not coming to me. But I have to go and I have to feel
Correct.
that I have to help people, right? So you have to put in that situation.
Correct.
Or you see something, you feel hurt by that, you feel bad about it, and you want to do something about it, right?
I didn't say don't act.
Okay.
I'm saying act. Drop this feverishness, this attachment. I did it. It happened because I was craving for it, or it happened because of my this. My that, I did this. Drop that. You do whatever action is required. Like that, I don't need to come here, can sit and watch TV. My weekend has started, no? I just came back yesterday. No? This situation demands
it
this.
ultimately boils down to is what is your intention and expectation. I mean,
Sure.
if you're promoting your business and you're giving a talk and you're saying it's inviting media to publicize it, but your intention is to promote your business, not to gain fame.
But to help people,
But to promote, to business and to get your word out, then I think it's neutral. But if your intention is to, I will get prestige, fame, name, and that's the attachment piece, if you can drop that. Let's say if I will go and learn some new technique as a cardiologist, and I feel, rightfully or wrongfully, but I feel that I really have a skill or it's beneficial to my patients, but I can only get it out by advertising it so people can come and seek my help. But that's the only intention that people can get help. My intention is that I become known, I become famous.
And become better than that cardiologist, and
Right.
I can put him down and things like that. Then you move towards negativity.
So it just boils down to the intentions and,
Yeah, it's basically my intention behind whatever I am doing. It's not even just doing, even in the mind, just your thoughts. Yeah, how are your thoughts? Check that. Is it full of avidya, raga, dvesha, asmita, abhinivesha? Are there just kleshas here? You watch. Yeah,
So-
those are also
So
seeds.
you see something bad in the world, you feel sad, right? I mean, you feel bad about it. So, but probably that gives like negative karma to me too, right? Initially maybe, right?
Feeling bad.
Like meaning I see something, I see some injustice happening somewhere.
Somebody is very poor.
Not poor, like somebody got raped, right?
Huh.
Like just like we had like some incidents happening.
And
in
you
India.
didn't take an action being on the scene. That way you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is like,
Just
but hearing
having a
that
bad
news,
feeling.
Hearing that news, huh?
yeah, it gives me like sadness. It makes me probably angry initially, maybe, right? So probably if I get angry, maybe I'm
Correct.
attaching
At a thought
negative.
level, you have created a karma. You're not even related to that incident, but just watching that TV news and you get angry or upset or say bad things for the person who did that to him or her. Sorry. You created karma. You get a very good example. So you understand now how it starts happening at the thought level also. So you gave an example of TV and news, but in life also, no, you start thinking bad about another person. You may not say anything to that person, but in the mind we are thinking bad, or we are jealous, or we are angry. In the mind you might curse somebody. You created the karma. Done. See it? Your bag is increasing. Start working on reducing this bag.
But without that, you can take what so there is a protest that is happening. So without that, I can go and participate in the protest, right? So-
Absolutely. Okay. Who wrote Ramayana? Before Valmiki was Valmiki the saint. What was he?
the point.
In the same lifetime he got enlightened, no? It can happen to the worst criminal. Are you getting this?
Nothing is permanent.
It can happen to the worst criminal. You have to just change your thoughts, get done with your bad karmas, move. It depends on your intensity. Remember there was one sutra in Patanjali 4. He says Tivra, how intense you want to be. You are either slow or medium or fast on this path. It depends on you. You can be very slow, okay, I'll do it. Kar lenge kriya, kar lenge meditation. Now let me sit and chit chat, gossip with my friends. Yeah, let me go for this party. Slow. Medium, come what may, I have to do this. Yeah, I can chit chat later. And third is,
I have to do this.
this is it. Yeah, बाकी हुआ नहीं हुआ doesn't matter. ये तो होना चाहिए. It's like brushing my teeth. Do you ever go out without brushing your teeth? It's like that. Yeah, depends on your intensity of commitment on this path.
So now when you become very intense, isn't that like a raga?
It's okay, that's the highest kind of raga, at least start there. That's what he says. He says at least
It's a good raga.
get rid of your negatives, at least move towards a positive raga. From negative raga, move to positive raga, then get rid of that positive raga also. Are you getting it? If your clothes are dirty, there is mud on your clothes. Yeah? To clean it, what do you use? Soap. Do you leave the soap there after the dirt is gone? You wash that also off, no? Positive is just like the soap. It is to clean the negative. Then you have to get rid of the soap also. That will become dirt. Are you getting this? So, I have to get rid of both my positive as well as my negative. Yeah? First step, start with getting rid of the negative first. Then slowly even positive. Yeah? Just doing the action because it is required of this situation. Yeah? You're already where you are. You already have your jobs and your houses and families. Experiment with December. All of December, I will just act spontaneously. What is acting spontaneously?
Just doing what comes,
Yes.
whatever the situation
You're just
demands.
living in the present.
Living completely in the present. Somebody is walking, falls down. Do you think, should I pick him up, should I not? You don't. You just go pick him up, finished. Walk away. But if you start thinking, is this good, is that not good, should I do this, should I not do that? And then after picking him up, you're expecting he should say, oh, you're so nice, here, take a chocolate, take this. Finished. You ruined your entire karma. Are you getting it? Act spontaneously means I come, pick up, finish, go. Next. That moment is over. That moment is done. That moment is done. Are you seeing? The present moment is very short. It's just here. This is also past now. It's just here. This is also past. Just being here all the time. No expectations, no cravings, no anger, no jealousy, no fears, no insecurities, nothing. Can you do that? 1 month. 1 month. Yes? Chalo, your homework number 2. For 1 month, act spontaneously. Just let me keep doing neutral karma. And ठीक है हो गया, sometimes you just blurt out anger. Let go. That moment just surrender to Guruji. हो गया. It happened because of my sanchita karma, something of the past. Yeah, I let go of this. Now again, I will not repeat it. Sincerity. When you forgive yourself, there should be sincerity in your forgiveness. Yeah, if you keep excusing yourself, you will never grow on this path. Yeah, but at the same time, don't keep beating yourself up. You get it? Yeah, both are important. Neither you beat yourself up, nor do you just keep excusing yourself. Only once I'm allowed to do this. So ho gaya, the heat of the moment I did this. Now I'm very sincerely going to observe myself that when I'm around this person, I don't repeat it. Yeah, complete sincerity with yourself. That is acting spontaneously. Clear? Sanchita karma is absolutely clear. What are the 5 things you cannot change? Birth, death, longevity, source of wealth, line of education. Besides these 5, you can change everything.
Why is the longevity classified as a third one? Like if the birth and death is determined, it's the time in between is the longevity, right?
Yeah. I don't know. You ask Guruji, he told that. It's like that in the Vedas, Puranas. Wherever you will read about karma and death, that is the way it is mentioned. So if it was mentioned, we just keep the sanctity of it as it is, because it will confuse you otherwise if we just omit something. So we just keep it the way it was.
Has
So
So
far
which
you
Veda is this from? This theory of karma? Which is this is it from a specific way? Like
it is repeated in almost everything.
Okay.
So when one Veda talks about rites and rituals, they will take you into the logic of karma and
Okay.
how it will help. If some Veda talks about knowledge, and then obviously it's a part of knowledge. If some Veda talks about science and architecture and all, again it will help you understand how karma is important there.
So Patanjali comes under particular Veda, Guruji, or
No, no, no. Patanjali was a saint who gave the Yoga Sutras.
so it is not under any
No,
Rig
no.
Veda,
No, no.
Advaita.
It's not
Not
part of
at all.
Vedas or Upanishads, it's a separate
It's
scripture.
separate scripture.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't do so many Vedas or Puranas here. Yeah. We will do later on Upanishads, but that's higher level of knowledge, so we'll do it later, like about a year from now. But now we are doing all preliminary scriptures, easier, lighter to understand. But karma is a very important point. If you don't understand karma, you cannot go ahead only after Patanjali. So karma has to be like really ingrained in you. Okay. Sanchita is clear? Can I go to Prarabdha? Any question about Sanchita? What is Prarabdha? What is Prarabdha?
That's what
That's
spontaneous.
Happening.
That which is happening right now. Whatever is happening in your life. Sukha is there or Dukkha is there. Doesn't matter. Good is happening, bad is happening, right is happening with you or wrong is happening. This is your Prarabdha karma. It is in action. Prarabdha, literal translation means in action. Imagine a sportsman running. It's in action. Can you change something that is in action? Yeah, that is why Prarabdha cannot be changed. Clear? Yeah. But with knowledge, what is this?
Different paths. Game path and
Tree.
little diversions.
What Prarabdha is said?
A branch of the
I-71 hai. Very bad drawing, yeah? These were the exits. Very bad drawing.
No, it's okay.
Chalo. What is
Just put
Prarabdha?
lanes in there, will be fine.
What is Prarabdha? It is like you've started driving on the highway. Yeah? Can you suddenly say, I want to stop now? You cannot, no? Yeah? Besides the emergency lane, you cannot stop on the highway. You cannot get off. You have to wait till an exit comes in life. Yeah? So with meditation and knowledge, what happens is you will recognize these exits in life. You will have courage to exit out of whatever situation you are. Yeah? But if a person you imagine who does not have meditation or knowledge in his life, he just keeps going without recognizing these exits in life. You getting it? Yeah. Prarabdha is something you will have to go through. There is no option. You will have to go through. But you could get off faster.
But again, those exits, you would recognize those exits with knowledge and
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah. And knowledge makes you stronger, no? Makes you very brave. And in a horrible situation in life, you get so messed up, you can't see, what is the right thing to do. Yeah? What should I do in this situation? You're so confused, you're so, pulled into that storm of emotions, whatever is happening. You get so messed up, you cannot understand what should I do, which way should I go. Yeah? And in that mess, sometimes you just keep staying in the mess for a very long time. Yeah? With knowledge and meditation, you can actually find how to choose which way to go, what to do. But still, you will have to experience what you are, what is your prarabdha. So your prarabdha was coming to this class, whether you like it or not, whether you're getting bored, but you have to sit through it. This is prarabdha. Yeah. Whatever is happening in your life, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, this is your prarabdha. You cannot change it. You have to go through it. Clear? So that I do not have to suffer more. That is why I work on my agami also. Agami is what?
It's the future karma that is coming to us, right? So we can get rid of that
Correct.
with meditation. And later it is something that we did past, it may come to us, so we are getting rid of that too.
Yes.
And this is something that is happening.
Yeah.
We are
Just let it
yeah,
happen.
we are going to let it happen, and we'll try to come out of it.
Correct. If here while it's happening I keep creating karmas, what are you doing? You're creating agami karma. That is why when you are on this highway, just let go of whatever it is, however bad, horrible it is, you just act spontaneously in the situation without any raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, and just find your exit and leave. Get it? The way you deal with your prarabdha determines your agami.
Prarabdha also came from waiting, right?
Yes, yes, of course, but it is there. You cannot change it. You are born already. Can you change it? Can you change your parents? Can you change it that you are an Indian? Cannot. Live your entire life here. You cannot change it. So these are prarabdhas. Venkat is your husband. You have a kid. This is prarabdha. You are an IT professional. This is prarabdha. You getting it? You cannot change certain things.
So that's the ongoing thing.
Ongoing. In action. That's why I told you to imagine a sports running. Here, how you deal with today is what determines agami. Yeah? So now, when I'm on this path, you will keep throwing seeds with your actions, with your words, even with your thoughts. Yeah? Guruji gives examples of very nice examples. He gives. You don't know when this seed is going to sprout. Yeah? I'm throwing a groundnut seed, it will sprout in 12 weeks. Yeah? I'm throwing a sunflower seed, it will take 6 months. If I'm throwing a mango seed, 12 years to give me fruit. So you don't know when your seed is going to sprout. Yeah?
Don't throw them.
Don't throw them. Simple. Wake up. Recognize, oh my God, I've been throwing seeds. And you keep wondering, why is there a jungle? Well, you've been throwing seeds. Yeah? You were just not aware that I am throwing seeds. Yeah? Now,
Yeah, I think the greatness about all this is like it's you. End of the day, it's you.
yeah.
You can change it.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. It's completely up to you.
Like enlightened person kind of blesses you, or maybe elders blesses you. Is it? I mean, and some people just curse you. So it's a blessing and a curse is a karma.
How you take it is the karma.
Yes.
It's not them only. It's not they are not counted only. How you take it. If you feel nice and relaxed and calm inside when Guruji blesses you, when a teacher blesses you, when your parents bless you, or grandmother, grandfather blesses you, you're feeling nice and calm, neutral karma. Yeah? If somebody's bad words or somebody said is criticizing, you have got angry, you have created karma.
Or you become sad.
Yeah. So even when other people are saying things to you, it's up to you whether to accept or not. The moment you accept, you get attached to it. Yeah? You are creating karma just by somebody else criticizing you. If you start, oh, I'm like this, I did this, oh, I'm bad, she said this to me, he said this to me, you are creating karma inside you. Recognize this. I give you a gift. You didn't have a gift to give. I give you a gift. Take it. Okay. Yeah. You've accepted it.
Okay.
Huh? If you don't accept it, then
Then it's an aversion.
no.
No. then
Give it back to me.
Doesn't affect.
Who does it belong to?
You.
Right? If I give, say, bad things to you and you don't accept it, who do these bad things belong to?
Okay.
Simple. Let it be her or his karma. You stop taking his or her karma.
Actually, in last week, one of the knowledge sheet, this one was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest, like, be in rest. So
Yes.
that means when somebody is saying something, just like leave it to them.
Yeah.
If you don't say anything back,
Yeah. It's not yours. Yeah. There's a Buddha story also on this, I think. I don't remember the story so well. Somebody came and said all
Yeah.
bad things to Buddha,
yeah.
and Buddha didn't react. He just sat there quietly and he kept saying, "You have taken my son away, my daughter away. They come and meditate and they don't work in the farm or in the fields, and I'm not making enough money. You're a horrible person." Buddha just sat there. Yeah? And then because Buddha was just sitting quietly, that person got even more angry, spat on Buddha's face and went away. And next day again he comes back feeling all guilty. What did I do? I shouldn't spit, and this was very bad. He comes back and he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Buddha, I did this to you." So Buddha is like, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Yesterday I spat on you." So Buddha says the same thing. If I give you a gift and you don't take it, then who does the gift belong to?
It's yours.
He understood. Yeah? It's up to you. You don't take it. Let the other person give.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Yeah? You don't create karma. That is agami. Your prarabdha gives birth to agami.
So they say, like in old mythological story, they say that some god gave him shrap, right? So the shrap is like curse. So that happens to that person, like becoming an
These are all mythological stories, no? You know that it doesn't really happen.
I don't know.
Okay, I mean, if you really think that Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and all these Shiv, Parvati, they really existed, come out of your dream world, huh? Mythology. Huh? All
Do you
mythology.
think that all that is mythology? So, like, we are thinking now that this Patanjali came from Brahma.
No, Patanjali came from Patanjali. Oh, the story? Yeah, it's only a mythological story. I started with that. This is a mythological story to convey a meaning. That is why there are 6 questions and you decipher what are the answers. All mythological stories had a moral behind them, just to make you think, oh, what could this mean?
Actually, people went to Brahma and said, okay, there is a Ayurveda is cure for the,
Huh?
I mean, physical illness, and we need a cure for the mental illness. So then the Brahma came and Vishnu.
That's okay. Huh.
So my perception was this actually happened.
How sweet is
No,
so
actually,
you
no, I'm
expected
seriously
there was
saying.
this big Adishesha, 6-headed snake. You imagined it to be true.
Because I imagined that story to be true because I thought Vishnu himself came as Patanjali, and this course is physical existing, so I thought that existed too.
Understand that all our scriptures were written by some saint, but they had to have a very nice mythological story behind them for the people of that age and that time to decipher the meaning, understand it, to make it nice, and for people to actually accept it. Yeah? And then these were in Sanskrit, right? So they were just transferred from generation to generation as they were. So nobody went and changed anything. We've kept them intact the way they are. But understand it's mythology.
So basically, you're saying the content of the scriptures is good,
Yeah.
but the stories take them lightly, but the scriptures take them seriously.
Yes, correct. The stories are to make you understand. You think somebody must have really gone and spat on Buddha? Probably not. Yeah. There's so many stories about Ashtavakra that his father cursed him when he was in his mother's womb because when his father was sitting and chanting, Ashtavakra spoke from the mother's womb and said that, oh, what you're chanting is not going to get you liberation. What is the point of all this? No, it's
I think
not
these
true.
these are meant, I mean, that's, never know, but the understanding, the concept is you have to convey a message. I mean, like we do it every day in our lives. If I'm sitting with a patient and I'm trying to explain something, I have to explain it in a way that that person would understand. And what I say to somebody who's a farmer is going to be different than what I say to somebody who's an IT professional versus somebody who's an attorney versus somebody who's a doctor. So, I mean, today we relate to this form of education, teaching better because we are sort of, scientific people. And maybe back then when science wasn't there, people believed in faith and God, and so for them to understand and accept somebody physically saying, maybe it was better accepted if it was said this is how it came down from God. I mean, based on their belief, you basically build on their belief and do it. I mean, the other explanation could be that maybe those people were so enlightened they didn't want to take the credit. Who knows?
See, we don't know, na? This was so
Patanjali
many
is
thousands of
even-
years ago. So we don't know.
So Patanjali is a name that they just have
No,
given.
there was Patanjali.
There
Patanjali was there.
Actually,
But he
I
was
was
saint, not like a
But that story that Adishesha, the six-headed snake on which Lord Vishnu was sitting, and then
Mhm.
Adishesha
Yes.
reincarnates and becomes Patanjali. That's a story.
story.
That is a story.
I think I was reading again. I was reading about Patanjali. I went to Chicago, right? So I took my parents to Swaminarayan Temple because its architecture
Mhm.
is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So there was this hall where they have all the Indian what is it, heritage, like they have all this
Yeah.
big name. And Patanjali is one of the saints from India, from India, and it's right around, like they estimate it is right around 200 BC, and during Maurya dynasty. So yeah, he was
He's
there.
very much
he
existed.
He was,
Yes,
he was
yes.
I mean,
He existed,
he was
but
a
He
human.
existed,
yeah.
but understanding stories.
He came from where is
Yeah.
that story?
That he was
Yeah.
Sheshnag, that is, nobody knows.
So
Yeah.
all greatness belongs to Patanjali or whoever wrote, like Valmiki wrote Ramayana,
Yes.
it belongs to Valmiki.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
recently NASA scientists saw
So
a bridge
he-
coming from.
So he wrote Ramayana story to just convey a message to everybody, like
Yeah, he was enlightened. His way of helping the world was to come up with Ramayana, the scripture. Guruji's way of helping the world was to spread the Sudarshan Kriya. Every enlightened person has something, he comes up with which he helps the world. So that
the other
was.
thing is, in life, what is true is what your belief is. So for you, truth is this. For somebody else, the truth. I mean, the facts are facts.
So many
But
people
beliefs
Yeah.
are individual to individual. I mean, anything that is prehistoric, I don't think anybody can prove whether it happened or not,
Yes. Correct.
because there's no evidence of it. I mean, the history only goes back so far. I mean, obviously
That's right.
life existed before history. How life existed and what was there is speculative. I mean, people find a new fossil, and then the whole concept of when was the first.
yeah.
Changes.
completely.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
we're
at this
talking
point,
2000 years and the fossils are like
Yeah.
65, 70 million years.
right, so
Yeah.
how do we know what happened prior is unknown. At this time, all we can say is you can believe what you want to believe and what suits your concept. If it helps you understand it better that all of these things happen, that's fine.
Yeah. It's fine if you believe. That's fine.
No, it's not believing or not, but just like if we are going to the course and if we are doing all this, like I thought like, okay, it's really came from that, I mean, Patanjali was really,
The snake. Okay.
no, not the snake, but I thought he was here with the blessing of Vishnu, I thought, like how the Vishnu himself was.
See, that is what even for Guruji people say that he's been blessed. He was just 4 years old and he started reciting the Bhagavad Gita. He was not taught, even his parents had never taught him anything. So, like that people say, and then thousands of years down the line, they will say, oh, people who were with the art of living and with Guruji were so blessed. And Guruji was sent by Lord Vishnu, he
Yeah.
could recite at the age of 4. You know how stories get created. Yeah? So this is a story. These are stories.
Real knowledge that
Knowledge
came
part.
from that person.
Yeah. So you have to understand
So the
that.
1,000 that's
I don't want to break your hearts. Actually, you're breaking hearts.
Yeah.
Let's all believe it. It's so nice to
I
believe
was
it.
listening to one of them talk
Like
by
he was
Guruji.
just a reformer, but then people made him into God. Like,
Yeah.
Because you
So
brought the
we never-
Patanjali
he
out of
was
that story, so
just a
that's why I
person
believe
and
the
then
story.
he's
Because you
become
said
God.
Patanjali became a Brahma Rakshasa and all that.
Yeah.
And then gave the message. So the message really flowed from top down here, I thought.
Hmm.
You
See,
can
I-
still think that, nothing wrong.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nothing
right.
wrong with that, but like.
But
there's
But I
all
don't
this-
have a way to prove it to you. Okay, if some scientist comes and says, how can a snake reincarnate and become Patanjali, and how can he become a Brahma Rakshasa? Prove it to me. I cannot prove it.
So
Yeah.
scientists have recently found that bridge from Sri Lanka to India. I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
And one
And
question
that's
asked by
why-
Guruji that did Ramji existed, So what they found was when he was talking about that the origin of the bridge, like the time period when they're saying it existed, that's the same when Ramayana was happened. So maybe it existed.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to say that there wasn't anything that created the thought and created, it's like anything else in life. I mean, you go watch anything, there's facts and there's fiction and there's mixture.
I mean, the story could have been created from the.
It's based on a fact, but it's fictional.
Yes.
That's right. It's just your
Yeah.
imagination, right? I
I mean,
mean,
that's-
example like Lord of the Rings. I see like all these creatures in Lord of the Rings. I'm sure they were never the case, but the thing is, you may have seen something and you imagine you're right.
An
then
artist's
by the end of
rendition
the
of
day
an
it's-
art,
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
not
art is-
exists, but it is maybe the thought and the idea came from a fact, and he
Yes. I mean, that's the only way you can answer. If you don't believe the Ramayana, then how come the Varadi was there? The Varadi was there, but the Ramayana came after the Varadi being there. That's what you're saying, right, Sandeep?
I don't know,
It could
maybe we are taught when we are growing up about this and
That's why we believe it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean we don't have a rational thinking about it, we just believe it. Like it's one of the Americans sitting in my car, American, and he said, why you have elephant in your car? I was like, oh, what shall I tell him now? What should I tell him now? I mean, I thought of, okay, nothing, I didn't say anything. I mean,
This is I said toy I like. That's how he would understand it.
so yeah.
Okay, now back from mythology to karma. We've gone all over the place today. Is karma clear? Is Sanchita karma clear? Prarabdha clear? Agami clear? Yeah, the 5 that cannot be changed of Sanchita are clear. You know you can change everything.
earlier when I was talking about childhood, right? Like you said, okay, especially for you, don't try to change your child. But is there any way that
I can tell you.
help or see, when I grew up, my parents didn't teach me all what about they taught me some other spiritual knowledge, but not like what is karma or if I'm doing something wrong, okay, wrong means usually we say, right, okay, don't do it wrong, do it right. So that also means we are collecting positive karma, right?
Yeah.
So that anyway, any parent would teach for
Yeah.
their kid. But is there since we are going through this course, right? Is there any way when at what age or not age, how can we communicate with?
You will not tell him. He will come into the course when he does the part 1 course after that. Right? He's
Your
already
son
an
will-
Art Excel. He's done Art Excel. So he will just mature into it. Sabri, you remember he was in the course. Sabri was in Art Excel. Now see how he's matured. I'm going to let him do the January course now. And slowly I'll get him into karma. Now how his parents brought him up like that from Art Excel. You take care. Whatever knowledge you learn, that's what you apply on yourself. He will learn by example. It's better to teach by example than to teach with your words. And he will learn. He'll come to it. But karma, he's too young. He's just too young. He's too young for art excel.
Yeah, he's not really.
You lead by example. He will grow into it slowly. Any other question? Okay.
So the bottom line is not to throw any seeds, good, bad, nothing.
Yeah. But initially, as you've
Initially
never
certain
been,
ones,
never
yeah.
done this, your car is in motion right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, and I'm telling you brake. Yeah, you cannot suddenly brake. Huh? So now realize, okay, now I have to slow down. So to slow down, let me slow down with more positive, positive, positive. Let me move away from negativities in my life.
So Abhyasa also comes in.
This is a